Om Sri Sai Ram. Beloved Swami, we the youths from West Bengal offer our most humble pranams at thy lotus feet. Bhagavan, we feel extremely privileged to have this opportunity to present a drama entitled Sambhavami Yuge Yuge in your divine presence. Beloved Lord, we offer this program at your lotus feet and pray for thy blessings.
Dear students and teachers, I welcome you all to the 27th National Youth Day celebrations of our college to commemorate the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. I am proud to announce that the winner of this year's competition on a paper based on the teachings of Swamiji is Prem Kumar Gupta. May I ask Prem to please come up on the dais to receive the honors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Prem, I would like you to present a few thoughts from your excellent paper on Swamiji's teachings.
Respected teachers, elders, and brothers, I feel extremely elated to receive this award. Swami Vivekananda was a one-man industry of all spiritual and philosophical wealth. If we were to sum up his teachings in 2 words, those words would be work and strength. In his task for uplifting the masses, he had the greatest hope from us, the young India. While referring to the youth in his late life, he said, I have done nothing as yet. You have to do the task. I have faith in my country and especially the youth of my country. Therefore, let me conclude by reminding you once more the words of Swamiji. Uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached.
Prem, your speech was brilliant and very powerful. I'm keen to know more about Swamiji. Could you tell us something more about him?
To know more about Swamiji, you should first know about Narendranath Datta.
Narendranath?
Yes, this is how he was known before he became Swami Vivekananda, and the sailor who sailed him in his journey from Narendranath Datta to Swami Vivekananda was his master, Sri Ramakrishna.
Interesting.
You know, Karthik, even as a child, he showed inclination towards spirituality. But as he read in college about the rationalistic Western philosophers, his boyhood faith in God and religion was unsettled. He had faith and devotion, but he wanted a reason to support them. Mad in his spiritual longing, he went to the leaders of other religious sects, but none could satisfy him.
What did he do then?
He went to Dakshineshwar to find out if Sri Ramakrishna had the direct experience of God. He was then 18 years of age.
Thakur, he's my friend Narendranath Datta.
How could such a person with insurmountable spiritual abundance live in this materialistic city of Calcutta?
You know, Thakur, he sings very well.
Why don't you sing a song? Come on, sing. Come on, Naren, sing. Sing for me.
नाहि सूर्य नाहि ज्योति नाहि सूर्य नाहि ज्योति नाहि शशांक सुंदर भाषे बोमे छाया सम छवि विश्व चराचर नाहि सूर्य नाहि ज्योति সে ধারাও বদ্ধ হলো শূন্যে শূন্য মিলাইলো
Jai Ma. Jai Ma.
मनसगोचरम् बुझे प्राण बुझे जारो नाहि सूर्य नाहि ज्योति नाहि सूरज नाहि ज्योति
Bah. Very good. Very good. Naren, come. Come.
Where? Where do you want to take me?
Come, Naren. Come with me. Why have you come so late? How could you be so unkind as to keep me waiting for so long? My ears are tired of hearing the profane talks of worldly people. Oh, how have I longed to pour my spirit into the heart of someone fitted to receive my message. Lord, I know you are the ancient sage Nara, the incarnation of Narayana, born on this earth to remove the miseries of mankind, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Naren, promise me that you would come again. Promise me, Naren.
Yes, I will. I will come.
Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Who have I come to see? This person seems to be completely insane. Why should he otherwise talk to me like this? Thakur, have you seen God?
Yes, Naren. I have seen God. I see Him as I see you here. Even more clearly, Naren. And not only that, I also talk to Him. Just as I'm talking to you.
But Thakur, can everyone see God?
Yes, Ramlal. But who cares for God? People shed torrents of tears for their wives, children, wealth, property. But who weeps for the vision of God?
Narendra was astounded. For the first time, he was face to face with a man who asserted from the depths of an inner experience that he had seen God. He returned home rather puzzled in mind, only to come back to the master after a few days.
Oh, Naren! At last you have come after so long. You know how many times I have prayed to my mother for bringing you to me. Come, Naren, sit here.
What is it? What is happening to me, Thakur? What is happening? This wall, this floor, this cot, everything is whirling around me. I'm losing myself, Thakur. I'm losing myself. The whole universe, myself, everything is merging into an all-encompassing, mysterious void. I am afraid. I'm frightened. Thakur, I'm facing death. What is this you are doing to me? Do you know? I have my parents at home.
All right. Let it cease now. Everything would come in time. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
What could it possibly be? It came and went at the mere wish of this wonderful man. It cannot be mesmerism or hypnotism because I am not weak. I'm strong. I'm very strong.
After a few more meetings, though Narendranath was convinced of the extraordinary nature of Sri Ramakrishna, his mind was not fully prepared to accept him as a guru. He closely watched the master, always testing his words and actions in the crucible of reason.
Thakur, why do people from different faiths worship different gods?
Joto mot, toto pot. Look, a lake has several ghats. At one, the Hindus take water in pitchers and call it jal. At another, the Muslims take water in leather bags and call it pani. And at yet another, the Christians call it water. Can we imagine that it is not jal but only water or pani? How ridiculous! The substance is one under different names, and everyone is seeking the same substance. Let each man follow his own path. If he sincerely and ardently wishes to know God, he will surely realize Him.
But Thakur, in order to realize God, how ought we live in this world?
Do all your worldly duties, but be detached in your mind, and keep your mind on God, for it is God only that belongs to you.
But Thakur, how can we cultivate such detachment?
Renunciation. Renunciation is essential to cultivate detachment. Be in the world, but do not let the world be into you.
I see.
Together with this, you must practice discrimination. Discrimination between the real and the unreal. The only thing that is real and permanent is God. Today, people run so much after money. What does a man get with money? Food, clothes, and a dwelling place. Nothing more. Taka mati, mati taka. Hence, cultivate discrimination. I cannot even stand the touch of money or metal. Acha, I have to leave now. Tumra isho.
Strange. What happens if he touches money?
I have heard that he undergoes extreme pain, which is even more painful than a bite of a scorpion.
ডুব 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 রূপ সাগরে আমার মন ডুব 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 রূপ সাগরে আমার মন তলাতল পাতাল খুঁজলে তলাতল পাতাল খুঁজলে পাবি রে প্রেম রত্ন ধন পাবি রে প্রেম রত্ন ধন ডুব 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 রূপ সাগরে আমার মন ডুব 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 রূপ সাগরে আমার মন
Ridu? Oh, Ridu! Oh!
Thakur, what happened, Thakur?
What is there in my bed? What is there in my bed? Oh, Naren! Bah! Very good. Very good. I am glad that you tested me. You should test me thoroughly, like money changers test their coins. Only then should you accept me, Naren.
A sense of guilt captured Narendranath. At the beginning of 1884, Narendra's father suddenly died of heart failure, leaving the family in a state of utmost poverty. Actually starving and barefoot, Narendra was in search for a job but could not get one. He went to Sri Ramakrishna.
Listen, Naren is passing through very difficult time after the death of his father. If you can, please help him in some way.
Yes, Thakur. I will see what can be done.
Why are you begging to others for me, making them aware of my pitiable condition? Don't I have any self-esteem and prestige? Am I a beggar?
Oh, Naren, why should you be a beggar? I am a beggar. For you, I can even beg from door to door.
There is no need for that. Why don't you go to your mother and ask her to help me?
I had told my mother about this.
What?
Yes,
What did she say about this?
she said, one who needs help should himself come to me and ask. Naren, listen. Today is Tuesday, an auspicious day for the mother's worship. Why don't you yourself go and pray to her? She is an embodiment of love and compassion. Whatever you ask from her, she would certainly give it to you.
Really? Whatever I want?
Yes. Go to her and ask whatever you want. Go, Naren, go. Joyma, 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 Joyma. Naren, what happened? Did you ask for a job?
Strange. I just forgot to ask for a job.
What a fool you are. Because you don't believe in my mother, you could not ask. Go again. She would give you whatever you ask for. Go, Naren, go. Joyma, 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 Joyma. Did you ask this time?
No, Thakur. I forgot again.
What? Okay, doesn't matter. Try once more. Go to the mother and pray sincerely. Go, Naren, go. Joyma, 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 Joyma. What happened this time?
No, I could not ask for a job. I only asked for wisdom, devotion, and renunciation.
Joyma, Naren, I am very happy. I am very happy that you did not express your worldly desires before my mother. Naren, I bless you, my son, that your family would never be in want of plain food and clothing.
Narendranath's surrender to the master lifted him spiritually from doubt to certainty. His ego was effaced and mellowed down completely. One day, Sri Ramakrishna was discussing Vaishnavism.
Thakur, what is Vaishnavism?
This path enjoins upon its followers the practice of three things: relishing the name of God, service to the devotees, and compassion for all living creatures. Compassion? Compassion for creatures? Thou fool! Thou art an insignificant worm crawling on earth to show compassion on others. Who are you to show compassion to others? No. Not compassion to jivas. Not compassion to jivas. But service to them as Shiva. Service to them as Shiva. Shivogyane Jive Shiva. Shivogyane Jive Shiva. Joyma, 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 Joyma.
What a strange light I have discovered in those wonderful words of the Master. Shivo Gyani, Jivo Shiva. Service to Jiva as Shiva. How beautifully he has reconciled the ideal of bhakti with the knowledge of the Vedanta. If it be the will of the Lord, the day will soon come when I shall proclaim this grand truth before the world at large. I shall make it the common property of all, the wise and the unwise, the rich and the poor, the Brahmin and the Pariha.
In the middle of 1885, Sri Ramakrishna showed the first symptom of throat trouble, which ultimately ended in fatal cancer. Few days before the curtain finally fell on Sri Ramakrishna's earthly life, the master called Naren.
Thakur, you can yourself cure this disease. I know you can. With power of your concentration.
Naren, how can I withdraw my mind from the lotus feet of my mother and turn it to this worthless cage of flesh and blood?
Thakur, you have to, Thakur. You have to. At least for our sake, you have to.
Sit here, Naren. sit beside me and look unto me. Naren?
Thakur!
Naren. Today I have given you everything and have become a fakir, a penniless beggar. By the powers I have transmitted to you, you will accomplish great things in this world. Only after that will you return to the source whence you have come from. Joyma.
মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। সংসার বিদেশে বিদেশির বেশে ভ্রম কেন অকারণে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। বিষয় পঞ্চক আর ভূতগণ সব তোর পর, কেহ নয় আপন, পর প্রেমে কেন হয়ে অচেতন, ভুলিছ আপন জনে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে।
On August 16th, 1886, Sri Ramakrishna took Mahasamadhi. After the death of the Master, his disciples of the first order renounced the worldly life and became monks under the leadership of Narendranath as wished by Sri Ramakrishna. As a wandering monk, Narendranath toured the length and breadth of India for 5 years. He assumed the name of Swami Vivekananda, which was suggested by Maharaja of Khetri. After getting a first-hand account of India's condition and the diverse religious traditions, he developed sympathy for the suffering masses out of poverty and resolved to uplift the nation. He witnessed that his countrymen, under the influence of the West, were losing their individuality and national identity. This made him gift the Swadesh mantra to people of this land.
Thou brave one, be bold, take courage, be proud that thou art an Indian, and proudly proclaim, I am an Indian, every Indian is my brother. Say, the ignorant Indian, the poor and destitute Indian, the Brahmin Indian, the Pariha Indian is my brother. Say, brother, the soil of India is my highest heaven, the good of India is my good. And repeat and pray day and night, O thou Lord of Gauri, O thou Mother of the universe, vouchsafe manliness unto me. O thou Mother of strength, take away my weaknesses, take away my unmanliness, and make me a man.
What a statement! It would not have been for anybody but Swamiji to deliver such a profound statement.
Prem, I feel inspired. Could you please tell us more about Swamiji's message and his ideology of spirituality?
Yes, let me tell you one very inspiring incident in this context. After returning from America and Europe, Swamiji was not very keen on delivering spiritual lectures to his countrymen. On one occasion, one of his disciples questioned him on this.
How is it, Swamiji, that you do not lecture in this country? You have stirred Europe and America with your lectures, but coming back here, you have kept silence.
What good will lectures do in a country like India, where men are emaciated through starvation and weak in mind? Until you pacify this, until you remove this evil of hunger and starvation, this constant anxiety for bare existence, lectures, and such things will be of no benefit.
How then would India rise? What should we do then to remove that evil?
First, some young men full of spirit of renunciation are needed. Those who will be ready to sacrifice their lives for others instead of devoting themselves to their own happiness. And these will be enough to shake the world.
But Swamiji, what should be done then?
Work. Work incessantly to relieve the miseries of the poor and the downtrodden. Go from village to village and make people understand that mere sitting idly won't do anymore. Make them understand their real condition. Go and advise them how to improve their own condition and help them in this. If you cannot do this, then fie upon your education and culture, and fie upon your studying the Vedas and the Vedanta.
But where is that strength in us, Swamiji?
How foolish. Put yourself to work, and you will find such tremendous power coming to you. Iron nerves with an intelligent brain, and the whole world is at your feet. I love you all ever so much, but I wish you all to die working for others. I should rather be glad to see you do that.
But then what will happen to those who depend on me?
If you are ready to sacrifice your life for others, God will certainly provide some means for them. Never does a doer of good, O my beloved, come to grief.
But Swamiji, to work for others requires a good deal of money. And where shall we get that?
What do you talk? If you can make your thoughts and words perfectly at one, if you can make yourself one in speech and action, money will pour at your feet of itself like water. To start with, why not do as much as lies within your power? Even if you cannot give to others for want of money, surely you can at least breathe into their ears some good words or impart some good instruction. Can't you? Or does that also require money?
But Swamiji, can we attain salvation this way?
What will you do with individual salvation? This is sheer selfishness. Throw aside your meditation, throw away your salvation and such things. I will go into 1,000 hells cheerfully if I can rouse my countrymen, immersed in tamas, to stand on their own feet and be men inspired with the spirit of karma yoga. Put your whole heart and soul in the work to which I have consecrated myself. Go all of you, wherever the people are in distress, and mitigate their sufferings. On you lie the future hopes of our country. I feel extreme pain to see you leading the life of inaction. Set yourself to work. To work! Do not tarry. The time of death is approaching, day by day. Do not sit idle, thinking that everything will be done in time, later on. Mind, nothing will be done that way.
This was Swami Vivekananda, the embodiment of the message of his master, Sri Ramakrishna.
I now really feel deprived. I wish I could have lived in the lifespan of Sri Ramakrishna and Swamiji.
Friends, don't feel deprived. Whenever mankind has swerved from the right path, and whenever it has needed the explicit guidance from the Master, he has been gracious and kind enough to descend and help mankind to ascend unto him. You still have the opportunity, my friends, to be his messenger like Swami Vivekananda.
What are you saying, Prem? I could not get you.
In this age also lives a master who has proclaimed, "Your mission has begun." Those are my words to you, my devotees. Each of you has a unique and valuable part to play in this lifetime. Only those whom I have called can serve me. You are my instruments from whom my love will pour. I have prepared you for this work over many incarnations.
Who? Who is this master?
He is He. His glory is even more glorious. His message is even more powerful, and his love is infinite. He has brought forth the quintessence of all religions and scriptures in these simple words: help ever, hurt never, love all, serve all. Service to man is service to God. His bhaktas lovingly call him Swami, and the world knows him as Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, the embodiment and endower of all knowledge, the mansion of all happiness, and the reliever of all miseries, and by whose mere touch transformation can happen. Dear brothers and sisters, let us unite together into a force whose power is mightier than the mountains and whose impact is deeper than the oceans. With this force in our actions and this message in our heart, let us vow to carry out the task of this Master who has incarnated from age to age and has gifted this opportunity to be his instruments in his mission to reinforce humanity and ultimately divinity unto mankind.
पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका अवतारवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे पिता गुरुदैवमु पर्यन्तयु नीवे स्वामी पर्यन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नावेदाशयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप जय सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।